Hey, Dom. Hey, how you doing, YouTube? My name is Kenny Glick, and I've been making YouTube videos at this point, maybe before some of yous was born. So circa 2006. What year is this? So all things considered, some of you might be watching me all your lives. Well, thanks. But here's the thing. I don't get many views. My subscription never increases. My viewership never increases. It's because I'm in what's called the dungeon of YouTube. I've never paid Google and I've never paid YouTube. I've never bought a subscription or paid for a view or paid for a click. And all I do is talk the truth. So they've banned me to the dungeon of YouTube. It's amazing I even exist in any respect. But here's the one thing. If you do watch this video, I can make you money in the stock market and at the same time make fun of everybody that you know in this industry. If you know anybody in Wall Street, there's only basically a handful of people that actually know what they're talking about. Most of this industry is built on bullshit, especially what you find online. You find popularity contests online, you find misinformation online. But if you want to cut through all the bullshit and actually make money, right? How to trade, I do it. And here's my business model. To prove I'm not full of shit, I allow people to come to my private website and listen to us talk and trade live in front of a studio audience. Here's where we're getting in, why we're getting in, why we're going to get out if it works, and why we're going to get out if it's wrong. Just like that Nvidia short today. We were short Nvidia 3 different times, made money on it 3 different times. But if you see a headline to a video, I'm shorting Nvidia, and you just put a trade on, that's not how to trade. Because not only were you not short Nvidia within the first half of 15 minutes of the day, we went long because it provided us a long setup. But the trade I want to talk to you about is a trade that's been working now. We've hit now 674 in a row. That's ridiculous. So it's been 18 months since we've had a loss on the setup. Let me stop right there. Do you understand what I'm saying? The trade is pretty much guaranteed. Now, nobody would go out there and say, hey, I'm going to guarantee I make you money. But I actually can guarantee that you're going to make money. Now, there's a law about guaranteeing profits unless you can actually guarantee the profit. Now, again, as we showed a few weeks ago, I tried to guarantee somebody a trade. I was like, listen, all you got to do is come to the website, apologize for your disbelief, and I will guarantee a trade for you. And I told them to short UVXY 100 shares at 32.50, which is sitting there in my account with your name on it. And now the stock is at 26.72, and you're up considerably on the trade, right? But that's not the story. That's easy. Guaranteeing UVXY going down is easy. This trade that I speak of, right? And right now, I want to see if it works right now as we're about to short DIX. Now, we shorted DIX once and it worked, but that wasn't the trade that I talk about, right? The trade that I talk about are VWAP reversals, VWAP 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Now I'm going to try, and again, if it breaks the internet, it just proves my point that when I try to show charts, when I try to elaborate, and when I try to do more on this YouTube channel, it doesn't work. Something's broken. They don't allow me to get popular. The powers that be don't like me, whether it be the YouTuber or Google algorithm that doesn't like me because I've never paid for anything, right? I don't pay for subscribers or pay for likes or pay for members, and I don't pay for anything. I've never paid for an advertisement. I think I'm actually going to do some advertising on FAN soon. It's the Sports Talk Radio by me in New York. But what I can do, right, is give you the greatest business model on earth if you're actually thinking about trading. Like if you can dedicate, and all I need from you is 8 o'clock in the morning till 11:30. That's all I need you for. In those, if you could do the 3 hours a day, in those 3 hours a day, you will learn more about the market than anybody on earth, because I know more about the stock market than anybody on earth. I do. I've been doing this for 30 years. I built the system that we trade on today. What we look at each day on level twos and market makers and this stuff didn't exist. We basically forged a new frontier. Accessibility to level two, how to read the level two, that's changed over the last 30 years. So you could understand, maybe you don't understand, someone that's seen the evolution of trading, and I've seen one consistent trade work, reversals, right? Reversal trades have been working since I started trading in the 90s. VWAP gets you in the trade that has already proven to work. Now you're getting a head start. So let's say you were going to buy something at 25. 30 years ago, you'd probably buy it at 20. Sorry, you would buy it at 25. Now VWAP's getting you at 23 and 23.50. So that's why the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal, the reversal part is when the stock actually flips like Kava did. So let me try to show you this chart. My one man that's watching, tell me if this pops up. So I'm going to try one more time. Actually, you know what? I could probably test it myself. Let's see. I'll go to my own channel, my channel, and I'll look at me. Shut the volume because that gets silly after a while. Thanks for being here for 10 years. All right, so now I'm going to switch and show you my screen, and usually all hell breaks loose because nobody wants Kenny Seed. Okay, it's working right now. You see me? So, all right, the reason I shorted Dick's was that I thought it was going to break down, so I shorted some up here earlier, and when it didn't break the VWAP, when it didn't break the level that I was short, it starts to rally, had to cover it, was up, wound up getting out relatively flat. And then it rolled again. I got short, made that money back. And now you see how it's flirting with the blue line? We hope that it now breaks the VWAP and goes back to where, again, the breakout from earlier was, which is over here. But more importantly, this one is the shiznit. And this is what I love about trading. This is what I love about trading. This is what I love about trading. Kava Group, right? Bad earnings, right? Disappointing, they were saying. Personally, I don't like this place. My wife and my daughter were so damn excited about bringing me there. No. Oh, it's the Chipotle of Mediterranean food. No, it's not. I don't like it. I'll never go back, and I wouldn't recommend anybody ever go there. But that has nothing to do with stock trading. Whether or not you like the company, know what they do, like their food, take their drugs, drive their cars, none of that matters. This matters. This matters. When a stock goes down on earnings and then it goes down some more and then it breaks the blue line. So if it breaks the blue line, you buy it. You don't ask what Kava is. You don't care about what their Mediterranean pita salad tastes like. You don't. And then when it breaks the orange line, if you didn't buy it at the blue line, or if you bought it at the blue line, you're already taking profit at the orange. But when you break over the orange and you break the high of the day, 99.7% of the time over the last 18 months, you've gotten a profitable trade out of it. Now, here's the 1 minute. There's the 1 minute. Sorry, let me just show it to you on the more exactly. So I cleaned up the chart for you. Here's the 1 minute, right? We bought it here, made some money, went back under. Some of us got stopped out, but then you buy it back, right? Fake out, shake out, breakout. Blue line gets you back to the orange line because that's how the market works. It's math. Reversion to the mean. So when you get past today's VWAP, you gravitate or go to the prior day VWAP. And you got there, you overshot it. Look at the test is important, right? The test was awesome, right? Then I'm no longer in it because see this double top right there? I sold into the move, and next thing you know, when it didn't hold 80, kind of got spooked, and I sold it right back down at 79.50. But then it broke over the multi-day, ripped higher. I'm feeling left out right here, but then it comes back and tests the spot that spooked me before. So look how it comes back to the same exact price, 80.30, and then it comes right there to 80.30. It's the market is rigged. You know, one thing I've learned over 30 years, all those angry cliches about trading are true. It is rigged against the small man. It is rigged for the rich to get richer. It is rigged to specificity of price. And the more you understand that it's not about how much money these companies make or what they do, whether they make Mediterranean salad or an AI chip, it's about whether people want to buy it and whether the stock is doing if then. If this price, then this price. If this price, then this price. It's so much easier to buy them on the way up. See, in this case, you don't have to be a hero. This is not about, hey, this stock, I'm buying it on dips because I like the company. Who gives a shit? I don't care whether you like the company or not. You bought it because it broke VWAP, and you know stocks that break VWAP on the way from coming from underneath it tend to go to prior day VWAP when they reported earnings. And if you get a 1 minute, you break over the 1 minute and the multi-day. So the 1 minute, 1 day, and then you went green. That's the reversal part. But the reversal part's up here at 82.40. 82.40 right here. So just awesome. Just awesome. Well, I hate to tell you, Shane, that it doesn't always work. YouTube is doing a really good job of making me want to just not do this stuff anymore. And listen, my friends, if you're out there, some people view my picking on the other gurus as like sour grapes or jealousy. It is, but it's more than that. This is a combat sport to me, right? I've got some friends in the industry still, right? But I tell you, I don't want other people to succeed legitimately. It's a combat sport. Just like, you know what I don't like? When baseball players, the guy just stole second base, he gets up and he starts having a chat with your second baseman and they're yucking up. Don't fucking yuck it up. We're enemies on the ball field here. We could yuck it up later after the game is over. I don't want you chumming it up with the opposition. And that's how I feel about trading. I will fuck you up. We're not here to be friends. And especially when I know for a fact this industry is just rampant with true charlatans and snake oil salesmen and all that stuff. Doing this 30 years, I was the worst stockbroker ever. I was born into the awfulness. Boiler rooms. My first experience of Wall Street was boiler rooms. So I was emotionally and physically scarred by what I witnessed, how corrupt and awful. And then I learned about market making. And I realized I learned how awful and corrupt that is. And then I learned about the pure manipulation of algorithms and stop hunting programs and just the pump and dumps and everything that there is out there to get you. And the only way to fight back is using VWAP and price and just letting all that shit fall away. So going back to my me picking on people, there are people out there that have wronged me specifically, and I'd love to get revenge on them. They would never step up and challenge me because they know the truth. Deep down inside, they know the truth. They would have no chance against me, right? And it's not smarts, it's wisdom. It's different. I'm not outsmarting people. I ain't crunching numbers. You put me in a room with four guys with an MBA, they're talking a different language. I have no idea what they're talking about. I failed accounting. I was too busy raving. True story. I missed 2 accounting classes. I came back. I was like, what happened? I couldn't catch up and I just quit. Anyway, but I kind of just don't get it. The True Trading Group never talks about stocks. All he talks about is selling his room. All he talks about is giving out free laptops to bait you to come into the room. Never talks about it. There's always some sort of, then you got the doom and gloomers. So the whole world's going to come to an end unless you follow them and pay them for their advice. That's just the most scammiest of them all. The salesman who was trying to sell you a scanner. You don't need a scanner. You don't need to scan the entire market for an idea. You know what you're going to be trading every day. Why are we trading Dix and Kava today? They reported earnings. There's always companies reporting earnings. There's always stocks in the news. Stop right there, humble trader. That's it. You don't have to make another 48 videos about how to pick stocks to trade. What stock is in the news? Trade that. Why? Because there's more volume. You have a better chance of succeeding when there's more volume and more activity. That's it. Stop the videos. But what I'd like to find is the algorithm, right? The algorithm that has banned me to the dungeon of YouTube, and they've championed nudniks like the Humble Trader and Tom Nash, and basically 90% of people on YouTube clearly are just repeating other shit. There was a guy actually taking my posts and claiming them as his own. He even put stuff on Twitter that I wrote as if he wrote it. So I sent them an email. I was like, hey, you could at least give me a shout out. You copied my post and you said the same exact, you used the same words. It's okay to take my idea. I appreciate it. But you're putting shit out there that I wrote. But anyway, but if you're out there watching this right now, right, I will make you money in the stock market. Kenny Glick VWAP video, right? I will. I will. And the way I do it is if you don't trust me, good. You're not supposed to. That's why you come to my website. You listen to me talk for a couple of weeks. You listen to my partner when he shows up for a couple of weeks. You hang out on a Thursday night. You have a couple of cocktails with us, maybe even show up to a class on a Saturday. And then you say, hey, you know what? I've just made a concerted, educated decision. I'm going to stick with this guy, even though I thought he was crazy when I started watching his videos on YouTube. The guy knows what he's talking about. And I will show you a trade and teach you a trade that has worked now. I've never seen it work like this before. And yeah, there are times where the first VWAP break was only a small profit, right here. And then we got stopped out because I was a little bit cautious on the trade. It broke down under the level that I didn't want to see it break, which was 76.50. So I was like, you know what? Under VWAP, under the half, I got out. And then 3 minutes later, I'm buying it back at 77.50. I don't care that I just sold it, bought it back. I'm in. Again, I sold it, most of it in this chop right there. But then why not jump in again at 81.85 when it goes green, make something else? So again, it's not about me. It's about me showing you the trade. Remember, I'm not inventing something here. It had been invented. I have just found the best way to trade it. And there's no denying this is beyond. It's almost weird at this point. It's comical. It's frightening, in fact. How could it work this well every time? And I think the fear now, I know a little bit of my anxiety or my fear is that it can't keep working. Oh, but it did. Oh, it can't keep working. I got to put this trade on. Oh, well, it's working again. And it's really just everything else is distraction. Viking and NVAX and, you know, Zim. It's all secondary. Make money. So then you could afford to do all this. And if you could just do this for 3 hours a day. So I just said a lot. I just wanted to say hello one more time before I go away. I'm doing a class on Saturday. So why don't you do this, right? I don't ever sell on these videos, but I'm going to sell you something on this video. Why don't you hang out with me? So I'm going away first week in July. I'm going away July 4th weekend. So why don't you do, I'm doing a class on Saturday, which is usually I charge $500 for. I'm throwing it in. The month of my website, usually $430. So you come in tonight, start today. So you got the 2 weeks. I'm going to give you 2 weeks, 2 months free class for $500. Right? What a bargain. But you got to start coming. Because I don't want to sell you something without you knowing how awesome I am. Because then it's easy, right? You'd be like, oh shit, you are awesome. Here's $500. So if you would just come on in, if you witnessed what I did over the last 2 days, you'd be down. So you get in June. I'll give you all of July. I'm doing a class for $500. And then after that, you say, you know what? That was the best $500 I ever spent. Maybe I'm going to spend a year with this guy. And you plop down for a yearly subscription. And if you don't think you're going to get paid hanging with me and my crew over a year's time, there's nobody in this business, nobody that can teach you. Again, if you want to do this, if you just want to invest and you're looking for an investment, QQQ, I'll see you in 3 years. Chances are we're going higher. QQQ long, UVXY short. Thank you. And if you want to thank me by sending me a $100 bill for that advice right there, I appreciate it. You're probably not going to beat that trade. But if you want to have some fun and do this for a living and trying to generate revenue on a daily basis like we do, there's nobody else on earth that can teach you the simplest, most profitable way to do it. It's me. It's me. And then inevitably I'll run for president. We'll have some good times. And maybe 6 years from now, I will be president of the United States. Wouldn't that be sick? And it all start by a VWAP reversal trade. But yeah, man, I have, look, I never want to speak. I usually like to stay negative and pessimistic because when I get optimistic and happy, shit goes wrong. So I'm just going to say things are going well right now for traders, for trading. This is working, right? I look at this Kava trade and, $443.51 is a losing trade. Considering what that stock did and the money that I could have put up and the skill set that I have, making only $400 on that trade is a losing trade to me personally. But making sure all my members understand this trade and having them all make money, that's my reward. I'm good. Like I said, I have no money in the stock market. I'm just shorting UVXY and selling some puts on the Qs. I'm pretty much cash. Real estate's my revenue generator. And the day trading I treat like I'm at a casino because that's what it is. But we're at the casino and the roulette guy says to us, hey, come here. For the next 45 minutes, only 24, 36, and 5 are going to hit. Go for it. What? What'd you say? Only those 3 numbers are going to hit for the next 45 minutes? I guess I should bet on those numbers. That's what this trading's all about. We legitimately have an advantage, but you gotta stick to the plan. You gotta take the advantage and run with it. It's a great time to be a trader, it really is. And if this market ever does crash, which I really hope we do, because Again, going back to the combative nature, bull markets make geniuses out of everyone. So the guys that just say, "Oh, I like Nvidia," like seriously, and I know friends that have made the call, right? When you're patting yourself on the back about a stock going up in a bull market, it's cringy to me. It's cringy to me. Give me a trade that is a little bit off. Like you saying Nvidia's probably going to 1,000 when it broke 800. You think in a bull market? I mean, I put a $1,200 price target. I missed it by so far. I'm off by $60 when it broke 800. You want to know why? Because stocks that break 80 go to 120. So stocks that break 800 go to 1,200 because that's what stocks do. There are things that stocks do that I know that you might not know, and that is a value in itself. Anyway, we're almost done with May. We're almost halfway through the year. It has been a great year, other than me getting my ass kicked twice on the short of the Qs. That first one really, really hurt. I got smoked, and then I got short again. I got smoked, and then I got short the third time, which I made some of the smoke job back. But overall, still net loss shorting the Qs this year, even though I had that nice win in April. But I was just making back some of the disaster from when I tried it in February and about 2 weeks before this last sell-off. That's why if you want to short the market and take a look at the Qs right now, you want to see how nasty. So when somebody says, "Oh yeah, I've been short all day," then you're not a trader. You're just hoping, because when it dipped under the VWAP and came right back and started to rally, any rational trader would cover your short right here. And then it broke the highs of the day. You're not still short. You want to tell me you got re-short somewhere in this mess and now you're short? It's virtually impossible to stay short. It really is. And it was working this morning. We were short the Qs, loving it. There's the rollover from 8:30. We had a decent short, actually held it into the open. And I thought for a second, with UVXY ripping and Nvidia going down, today might be the day. It seems like it's never the day. But let me just show you that Kava trade again. This was phenomenal. Here's your dicks. And you see how it came back to the VWAP, bounced, came back to the VWAP and bounced. That's algorithmic trading right there. They're just buying VWAP. So now what I look for, and again, this is going to be the only trade I probably do for the rest of the day. If you see this little mini downtrend, lower high, a little bit lower high, and then right here, you're kind of trying to break out of that little downtrend. If it rolls here, then breaks the VWAP, confirms this little mini downtrend, you probably want to short some dicks for another 2.5, possible 3 points. That's about it. That's kind of what I'm stalking. But there's a point where you just say, "Hey, I made a day's pay. Why not stay away?" That's where I'm at right now. I only took one loss on Sedge, and this is a big part of trading, knowing when you're wrong. And I got to tell you, I'm kind of pissed off and baffled. You got the 1 minute, you got the multi-day, right? Not an earnings report, but then you broke the 50. So I'm buying right here. I was a little bit late. I came in right on this break. 47, 49.66 was my first buy. Pulls back, holds the half, starts to rally. I buy more, 75, pulls back, holds the 60, breaks the 50. I'm buying more. And look, I bought more at 50, and then it rolls over, broke at where I bought some. I was forced to sell some at a loss here, and then it broke back under the multi-day. I took my loss. I top ticked like a champ, thinking, hey, no brainer. This thing's about to break 50, go back to the 50-20 from yesterday. I thought we were onto something. And then it rolls over and dies, and you lose $335.23. You see, it's okay to admit you lose on trades. It feels better. Not to be you don't have to be an arrogant douchebag your whole life pretending that you never lose money. Yeah, I'm talking to you because I got the proof that you had never, ever made money. Ever. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I should just post all your results and expose you for the fraud that you are. Yeah, yeah, but I won't because I'm trying to be nice about it. But oh, all those great. And by the way, and I also lent you money. I'd appreciate that money. Remember that night when we went out, you had no money. I gave you $300. Yeah, I still have never seen that either. So you blew up four accounts, one business. You blew up the whole business, and you owe me money. But yeah, just keep posting on online how you've never taken a loss. Yeah, every trade you're in is a winner. Yeah, yeah. Anybody who doesn't see through that bullshit, you know what? Anybody that claims to never have taken a loss in the stock market, you can't trust those people, right? All right. Just to be get away from the subtlety. Anybody that wants to sell you a scanner, don't trust them. Even the word system, I hate that word. It's so scammy and cringy. This is a setup. It's not a system. All right. Well, help me get out of the dungeon. Like and subscribe. Tell some friends about me. Google my name. Put it out there. And all kidding aside, I'd really appreciate it. If you don't want to vote for Biden or Trump, write me in. And I'm going to launch another channel. I think you will appreciate my plans for America. I have 100 respect for authority. I will bring back authority. I will bring back respect for our police, for our armed forces. Nobody in this country will be wanting for nothing if you served for this country. I will close the borders. And I will dedicate most of our defense fund to AI, drones, and robots to make sure that we're competing because China's building a robot fucking army right now. North Korea is. We got to make sure that we're up there with the technology so that we'll never have to send our kids kicking down doors of mud huts in some sand nation that we could give a shit about and putting our guys in harm's way. Send some drones in there. Anyway, vote Glick. I got new shirts. Come to the website, join the website, get a shirt, get a free class. And if you act now, you get this record player here if you'd like it. Anybody want this? It's yours. Just say the word. All right. If I don't see you, I'll see you later. And look at this. We worked the whole time, I think, right? Is this still working? Look at this still working. All right. You guys have a great day. Come and join us. It's free. Come and dip your toe in the water. See if what we do works for you. And hopefully you'll be a new member and we'll all, hang out for the next 3 to 5 years. How old am I now? I'm 52. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this, but I freaking love it every morning when I wake up. Very excited to do it. And again, no reason to think I'm not going to be excited about doing this until I get carted away to an asylum or something. All right. Be good to each other if you can.